so much for joining us for another edition of the Bloody Legends with Jai, that Aussie metal guy, and Jim Taylor, brought to you by crank.com. Make sure you're a bloody legend and hit that like and subscribe. Okay then, g'day, how you all going? It's time for another edition of the Bloody Legends with myself, Jai, that Aussie metal guy, and my ever-reliable partner in crime, Jim Taylor, all the way over in the US. Have a couple of awesome legends in with us today. We do have Ryan and Jordan Panfil from Everlit, who are a powerhouse rock new metal band hailing from Philadelphia, which is over Jim's way there. They've recently signed with Chirp Entertainment. Since their impactful debut EP Renovate in 2015, Everlit has been synonymous with energy, emotion, and raw power. Their breakout single was Breakaway. It did mark their grand entrance into the world of rock and metal and became one of the most added tracks on Billboard's mainstream indicator at the time, I think reaching around number 35. Their sound and powerful storytelling has earned them praise from all over the bloody place. They have toured with iconic names such as Avenged Sevenfold in this moment and Fuel, also shared stages with celebrated acts like Taproot, American Head Charge, and a whole bunch more. They've been working closely with esteemed producer Taylor Larson, and also collaborated with Spencer Sotelo of Periphery. Cheers for joining me, guys.
Yeah, that was a hell of an intro, man.
No worries, man. First off, how the hell are you bloody guys going?
I'm great, man. I just had some hoisin pork from Hello Fresh that was banging as hell, and now I'm sipping on a little side sipper, Sunday night side sipper for the interview. I'm good.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
Ryan and Jordan, can you tell us a little bit about how Everlit originally formed and what kind of brought you guys all together? Well, you guys are brothers, so we know that part.
Yeah, you want to take us out, Ryan? I'll take it out. We said the same thing. Yeah, so man, we've been just jamming tunes since we basically came out of the womb. Me and Jordan started just making like when we were old enough, we started making like silly jams on one of them old keyboards that could do like 80s bops and stuff. And then Jordan like started like playing the trumpet at some point or the flute, you know. And even back then, we were like we had one snare drum and the little keyboard, and we had Jordan on the flute.
Nice.
Yeah, we were jamming, and then we started a band in like fifth grade. I think our very first band was called the Venus Flytraps, and that was pretty sick. We had some bangers. I remember one of the songs was called Gauge. That was really cool. And then we had what was that Fire in the Sky one we had? Afterburner. That was pretty cool. It was like Afterburner, burning in the sky. And we were like, in fifth grade. It was pretty funny. And then from there, we just kept going. The band like went through a couple different revisions. We moved up from Delaware to PA, and then got the current setup. Well, kind of the current setup with our current drummer, and we had a different guitar player. But we were in a band called Will Powerless for a while, and then we had one more lineup change. Started working with Taylor Larson. Jordan moved from bass to guitar, and now we're at our current setup with Kyle on bass, Jake, our drummer, who started early in high school with us in Will Powerless.
Yeah, he was a part of Will Powerless, yeah.
Yeah, so the three of us, me, Jake, and Jordan, have been doing this together since like ever. It feels like at this point.
Yeah, he gave you a really long version, but basically as friends in high school, we started writing rock music. And
That's how I got along with it.
me, Ryan, and Jacob, the drummer.
It was a good story, though.
Yeah.
Damn.
By the way, I never played the flute. Yeah, I never played.
I remember you playing like Mexican jumping beans or something on it.
Was it the recorder? I know at school they made us play the bloody.
I think it was the school recorder.
School recorder, dude, and it was
that's the one.
hot cross buns and shit. I used to go home and torment my mother with that all the time.
Yeah, it was Three Blind Mice.
That's the one. Three Blind Mice, dude. Fuck yeah, dude.
That's why we started the band, because he tormented us with that so much.
Yeah, I was nasty at the record.
Besides Three Blind Mice, what were some of the key musical influences and experiences that kind of helped shape your sound, guys?
All right, you can go, Jordan. Maybe don't make it as long-winded.
Oh, you can make it as long-winded as you like, bro.
Dude. Yeah, I mean, we pretty much listen to a wide range of shit. Basically, if it's good in its genre, we'll
Yeah.
get into it. But for the most part, we're on the hard rock, new metal side of things. That's what we really like. But we get into hip hop, we get into all sorts of shit. But we grew up listening to Slipknot, Korn, old school
That's
Incubus, like all that kind of stuff is what really, I guess, at
oh,
our core is our main influence. It goes back to those days. But we love all the new shit coming out too. So,
yeah. You know what? For
anything
me,
goes.
is if the melody's catchy, I can dig it. Like, I mean, there's even like some pop songs and stuff that are just like, man, this is just catchy. If it gets stuck in my head, I can rock to it. So it doesn't need to be hardcore, but I do really like that edge and some screamings and stuff. That's definitely like that's my main jam, like Jordan was saying. Yeah.
Damn straight.
What I think is, so I was listening to you guys, and I didn't realize you were from Philadelphia. So
Go
I was,
birds.
indeed, sir. Oh, indeed, sir. Uh, so I was born in Westchester.
Oh,
Oh,
hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So my uncle lives in Fraser,
okay.
and I've got cousins in Gap. I actually live out close to Chambersburg, if you guys know where
Yeah.
that is. Uh, but like what I thought was so cool about your sound was you you had the heaviness, uh and I want to call out to our fellow compatriots in Lancaster, like Texas in July and August Burns Red. Uh,
Yeah.
you guys have these riffs, but what's so interesting is you have this hypnotic with the vocals and melodies. So you have these very heavy riffs, and then on top of that, you have these uh very hypnotic melodies. Talk about that, and I apologize if maybe I hit the wrong
No,
uh thing
I
there.
like that description. I thought that was great.
Yeah, we're not as hardcore as Texas in July or August Burns Red, but we dig those motherfuckers. And
Yeah,
it would
those are
be cool to
great.
be that heavy, but that's just we never went that direction. Although some of our new music is getting heavier and heavier. We're enjoying that route more. But speaking to the vocals and the melody, I mean Ryan can talk into that. That's always been a big part of loving heavy music, but also not just screaming down your throat the entire time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Well, one thing I want to say is that I like our heavier direction better. Like if you listen to, I don't know if you listen to Nightmare. That was one of the last songs that we put out.
Yes,
It's a little,
sir.
it's a
2022,
little
was
Oh,
it?
it's got some more screaming in it and stuff.
correct.
I don't want to go more in a mix of that direction. So like some of that heaviness like that, and then a lot of that like hypnotic or catchy kind of vocals that Jim was just talking about. And one thing that we did before when we were younger was hold back on the heaviness and the screaming.
Right.
And it was just because we kind of like we just thought that would help us like get out there, I guess.
Yeah,
Mm.
make a
A
career.
lot of that fault can be put on me because I remember a lot of times Jordan being, bro, like, yeah, man, there needs to be a scream here, and I'm like, dude, yeah, but then it won't get on the radio or whatever. But now we're just like, dude, let's scream. That's what we love. That's what we've always loved. Like, let's just do it, man. If we want to put some burly ass screams right here, let's do it.
Well, it's funny too because, like Ryan was saying, when we were younger, like we're all entrepreneurs now. Me and Ryan run a business together. At some point, there was like a fork in the road where we were like, do we start just writing music for fun and for our own enjoyment, or do we still try to continue music as a career, basically? And that's one of the reasons why we were writing shit like that was because we were trying to actually make it a career. And hope one could hit the radio and actually catch. And once we gave up on that, we were like, ah, fuck it. Let's just write music that we love. Let's just have fun with it. That's when it's like now all of a sudden you get interest from a label. You like because you can tell it's what we want to
It's
be
real.
writing now. So it was a good thing. Came a little bit late, better late than never. But we're
Yeah,
also matured musicians. I think it's coming across the way it should come across now. So
yeah. We have a few songs in the halter that haven't come out yet. That before we got signed, we showed the label and said like, yeah, these are like the next couple ones, and they were like, oh shit, these are dope. So and then they're heavier. They're a little bit more of a mix of like the catchiness and then the heaviness kind of blended
Beautiful.
together.
Beautiful.
yeah, we got some mean shit coming.
Yeah, and it's been about 10 years, and the music industry has changed so bloody much where you can kind of cut through that radio a bit. And I love radio. I'm born fucking 1980, telling my age, but radio was always where I went to find music and new bands and stuff like that as well. But now we've got all these fucking digital streaming platforms where you can kind of get your music straight
Oh.
to the people that you need to. That being said, people still go buy bloody albums, but you can kind of reach above and go over the radio a little bit and have a little bit more control of your music, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. By the way, I love that you got that Terminator poster sitting right by.
Yeah, man, that's my Fear Factory one, dude.
It's
That's
fucking
the,
awesome.
Yeah,
the demanufacture one, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And and you kind of did touch on the creative vision of you guys, but can you kind of explain a little bit how you feel that has evolved since the release of the Renovate EP? Because that's like 10 years, dude. And what key changes do you feel like you've made in your approach, music, and storytelling since that one?
So you want me to take this one or you, Jordy?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You go.
Okay. Well, one, I mean, the last question kind of is
Touched on that,
similar.
yeah.
Like the music is definitely like evolving in a bit of a heavier way.
Yeah.
So I don't need to talk about that too much, but the vocals lyrically, that's a good question. Almost kind of stumped me for a little bit, but I think really it's like I'm starting to sing more about what I like, what I truly care about and think about, and struggles that I really have like in my head. Than like before, a lot. It kind of goes with the whole heaviness thing too. Like before, when we were lighter, some of the lyrics were a little bit like brighter and a little bit more like just not as real. I think they were just more like this like happy feeling, and I still like to have that in the song at some point. I like to try to bring it out of the dark, but I have like some issues in my head just like everybody else in this world, and I feel like using those issues to write songs comes out more realistic and just better. And I think it's cool to like talk about some of the problems that you have, and then also try to touch on like maybe trying to correct those problems at some point in the song, like maybe in the bridge or the final hook, switch up the lyrics a little bit. So like it's not all negative, but like I don't know, man. I feel like these songs just hit more when you're being like more real about how things are in your head. So
Man, that's cool. No, that's it's very therapeutic, and especially if you can have like a guitar riff or something in your head, and it's like, let me deal with this.
yeah, exactly.
And let me get this shit out. But we doing 7/8 time, we doing 4/4. I don't care. 4, 3, 2, 1. And just work it out. And that's a beautiful thing.
Oh, and music's always been a therapy for us metalheads. I know as a young lad growing up, rocking out to metal, you'd listen to bands like yourselves and stuff. You'd have different moods, you'd chuck them in, and kind of, as a young lad, that would be my therapy, listening to the music, and I'm sure it was for you guys too. So to be able to make music that can reach other people, and it's good to bring those happy fucking upbeat tracks, but it's also good to talk about the different moods because we're not all,
on one bloody level, you know what I mean? And to reach those people all over the bloody place with your music, coming up to you at gigs and going, man, that song really hit home, you know, that really meant a lot to me. For you guys, that must mean a lot when people come up to you after the gigs and go, fuck, that track really hit home compared to some of the other stuff, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, seeing the responses, like a lot of like people online
Yep.
talking to us about how, that song helped me get through. Like, you know what I mean? It gives meaning and hope to people. That means a lot. I mean, that helps us keep doing what we're doing, and probably means even more to Ryan because he's, writing the lyrics.
Yep.
But, the sound of music, like people have been like, dude, I don't know how you think metal's chill. And I'm like, dude, my blood pressure goes down when I'm listening to metal. Like
Same.
it soothes me. And I don't know why it doesn't soothe you, but it soothes me, man. It feels good to listen to metal. Like I'm not running around trying to like blast people's heads in. Like I want to chill and listen to metal. It's great. So yeah, it's therapeutic all around. So
Yeah, when we have like boys' night shooting pool and playing darts and stuff, we're just blaring some metal. That's our chill music.
yeah.
That's beautiful.
Oh, damn straight. And the latest single is Game Over. It does feature JT Tollas of Famous Last Words. Tell us all about this collaboration, how it came about, what it was like working with him, and the single itself.
Jordy, you can take this one.
Yeah, so Game Over. I don't know if you guys are just finding out about us or if had been following Everlit for a little bit, but Game Over was out previously, and we pulled it down when we got signed. The first order of business was before we release any of the shit that we have recorded or anything new that we're writing, we were like, Game Over was dope. And it just, for whatever reason, didn't hit any algorithms. It never picked up.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Listen to this song. If you like it, what do you think about putting that out as the first track with the label? And then we get a little buzz going and then start releasing some of the newer shit.
Okay.
And they listened to it and they were like, yeah, I love it. Let's get a feature. Like let's pull a verse out and the bridge and let's bring somebody on, and they threw out Famous Last Words and we were like, hell yeah, like JT's style fits right in. Like he's a perfect feature for this song. He absolutely nailed his part. His lyrics are sick as shit. His vocals are dope.
Yeah.
I don't think it could have been a more perfect feature to have on that song. So, and it's doing pretty good. It's picked up just on Spotify picked up 30,000 plays in a week and a half.
Oh, wonderful!
Or whatever. So, and that's what it had done in like the previous week and a half. So. Yeah. We're glad that we did it. I think it's a dope track. I think more people needed to hear it, so I'm glad they were on board.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I'm so happy he was on board because it's funny. Like, I mean, it might just be because I'm listening to myself sing, but when his part comes on, I'm like, oh yeah, here we go, dude.
Yeah, he
like,
did. He
when I'm listening to us, it's like me over and over again. And then I got this new fresh voice coming in, but yeah, I love his parts.
Yeah, it's cool too to hear our music with
a different
another take on it. It's interesting. It's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, we used to work with a couple of guest artists as well. You had Kinney Lane on the Batshit track, which I actually really dug the hell out of as well. And as I was saying, Sotelo come on the American Psycho track as well. What's it like bringing these guest artists on to kind of work with you and kind of contribute, but also to learn off of them as well? Yeah.
Well, that's a good question because the one was Spencer from Periphery, and I mean, I've loved Periphery for a long time. So yeah, they have some mega cool riffs, and I love his vocals. So being in the studio with him, he actually produced some of my vocals on the one album, and working with him was just amazing. Just he would be listening to what I'm trying to sing and just be like, dude, sing this note, like sing this harmony. And he would just show it to me. I'd be like, how did I not hear that before? Because damn, that's cool. And I remember we asked him one night in the studio, hey, would you maybe feature on one of our tracks? Yeah, he probably gets that question all the time. And his initial reaction was, he was like, "Ah, man, I don't know, dude. Like everybody asks me this, like everybody that I produce, like he's like, it's just like he's like, no offense, man. Like I don't want to like offend you, like say your music's not good or anything, but it's just like I can't keep doing this. Like it almost like kind of I feel like it kind of cheapens my name or something if I'm just featuring on everything. And I'm like, dude, I totally get that. Like no hard feelings. Like let's just jam out. Let's keep going how we're going. And then when we got to American Psycho, he was like just jamming, listening to the instrumentals. He's like, you know what, dude? Let's fucking do it. I like this song. I'll feature on this song. And I was like, ah, hell yeah. That's how that happened. That was really
That's cool.
Yeah, that would have been pretty
That was
good. Periphery were over here not long ago for Monolith Festival as well with Coheed and Cambria. Absolutely tore up Australia as well. So that was a pretty bloody dope run of shows. So you did mention kind of you signed with a label, which is Chirp Entertainment, I believe.
Mhm.
How's this new partnership feel for you guys as a band? Kind of having this support of a label, as you said, you just pulled down the Game Over track, you redone it, you come back with a reinvigorated vision. You know, you drop the film clip for it all, and kind of feels like you got a plan going forward for 2025 with the new label. How has all that been and coming together for you guys?
It's awesome, man. They've been great. We,
Yeah.
set them the tracks, heard back right away, got into the convo about, kind of what we wanted out of it and what they wanted out of it. One of our main points was we're not young kids anymore. I just had a baby, he just had a baby. We got jobs. We were like, you can't, as long as you're not expecting us to be on the road 24/7, like doing full blown, 6 month tours or whatever, 6, 7 months a year touring. We're like, we can't do that. But like, if there's festivals or if there's tours that are worth it, that was our main point. Like, we could do runs, we could do a week or two here and there, or like if some really big shit comes up, we could talk about trying to figure it out. But as long as the expectation is that we just want to continue having fun, writing music, releasing it through a label that could help us get it out to more people, and we could pick up some cool shit here and there, then we're all on the same page. And they were like, hell yeah, let's just have fun. Let's just do it. So we got a 30 song deal through them, and they seem all about it. We're all about it. So I don't think we could have asked for a better situation.
Yeah, the other cool part about it is that we were working with Taylor Larson before, and we can still keep working with Taylor Larson through the label. So
Yeah.
he's
Yep.
going to continue being our producer, and Taylor's almost like a member of our band at this point. Like he's not in the band, but he
He's
helped.
worked with us enough. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, he knows our sound.
we've done like 18 songs with the dude at this point. So
When we go down there, he's like he knows our style, he knows our sound, he knows our workflow, and like the input that he puts into the songs is like a fifth member. Like he'll help us rewrite parts, he'll help us make like guitar parts better, he'll help us make my vocals better, and it could even be just a couple notes sometimes. Or
Right.
and then he'll help come up with the harmonies and stuff, and just we just gelled with the guy. So being able to continue working with him through the label is like really cool.
That's very cool.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you guys have been going for like 10 years, as I did mention. You guys probably faced some challenges, and over the years you've probably grown and evolved as musicians and a different outlook compared to when you started then. But looking back, what are some of the major challenges and hurdles you guys feel like you've faced as a band kind of up until now?
I think it's a good question for you, Jordan.
dude, the music industry's tough.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just
Mm.
we've been doing it longer than 10 years. Everlet's been around for 10 years.
Yeah.
But like, most of our like really hard work in the music industry was in that band Will Powerless prior.
Okay.
Just on the road a lot, getting turned down a lot by whether it was
Everyone.
record labels or music venues or whatever. Just a constantly, you felt like just shit was going the wrong way.
Mm.
Every time you made a step forward, it's two steps back. you get on a big tour and your bus breaks down in North Carolina. Like it's just
Yeah.
like you just couldn't you can't make like it's just so hard to make progress, and that's where it comes to the point of you got to be having fun doing this, because if you're only in it to try to make it a career and it's not something you absolutely love, it's not that it's so hard. I don't even know if it's worth doing it. Just write music for fun at that point. So like to anybody out there who wants to do it, the highs are high. It feels really good when shit goes well, but be ready to get slapped in the face with a lot of shit.
Yeah. Jordan always said it best, like the music industry weeds out the weak.
Yep.
Yeah, it does.
Like you can't be like only half in it, like you gotta be ready to take some shit, like you said.
Oh, damn straight. What do they say? Every overnight success takes 20 years of work or something. I feel the same bloody well. Like people, like I've been doing this for 10 years, and it's kind of, if you're not getting into it for the right reasons, same as bands, if you're not getting into it for the love of the music and the grind, you probably should just not do it at all, because it's a never ending grind. And I feel the same way as the bands. You're always grinding. And the state of the music industry now, like, yeah, it's great. We've got all these streaming platforms and everything like that, and everybody can access your music sometimes. But you also want to kind of remind people that's like, it's great to get these streams up, but it's also have people to come to your shows, support, buy merch, buy albums. That's where it really is, because unfortunately these streaming platforms and the state of the music industry really needs to change a little bit to where it's more supporting the artists and not the big corporations that are running these bloody things. So it's like you were having these struggles way back then, but now it's kind of same struggles, but a different kind of struggle. So if you're really not getting into this for the love of it, you don't know. I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, for sure.
No,
That being
100%. You pretty much nailed it with the streaming services for sure. They take advantage of the artists 100%. They give you like a couple pennies a stream or whatever. I mean, you got to be Taylor Swift to really be making some money.
Yeah, and that you still got to pay for recording time, studio time, and everything bloody else. So it's like you're basically paying it out of your pocket most of the
Oh,
time.
you
Anyway.
lose.
Oh.
Yeah,
If I had to actually think about how much money I lost putting into music, it's not even. I don't. It's not even funny.
Yeah, if Jordan had a spreadsheet with all the money he put in there, it would be like in the six digits.
Yeah, yeah, I feel that because I put a lot of money into what I do too, but it's all about the bloody love of it. That being said, guys, since we talked about support, where's the best place people can head along and support you guys?
Right.
Well, our website, everlitmusic.com, is it? Yeah, everlitmusic.com. That'll have all the links on it. And should have the most, unless we're slacking, it should have the most up-to-date videos and like social media links, and we have a little merch store on there and stuff. That we're actually probably going to be expanding soon with the label and everything. But if you want to actually talk to us, it's probably Twitter and Instagram, or not X, whatever they call it now, whatever Musk is calling it, X. That just sounds weird.
It does, doesn't it? You're like sitting there putting X into your thing, cunts like, what's he looking up on his phone, dude?
Well, what is this guy Googling? So on X and Instagram, we're responsive. We post most there. We do post on Facebook, but Facebook kind of just, I don't know, just stinks because we have like 50,000 followers on there. But if we make a post, we get like 10 likes unless we pay.
Yep.
It's crazy. The algorithm is so horrible. And now Instagram is becoming the same thing. Because our Instagram interactions used to be great like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And we have more followers now and less interaction. So Zuckerberg screwed that one up too. But I mean, I still like Instagram better than Facebook at this point. But yeah, if you want to talk to us, just DM the X to the Instagram. And then if you want to try to find, buy some stuff to support us at the website.
It all bloody helps, that's for sure. So 2025, you have just dropped the redone the Game Over track, dropped that, released it. What are your plans without giving anything away? What do you got planned for 2025? I dare say it's going to be a big year for you guys, yeah?
The main thing is trying to take advantage of this new metal like resurgence that's happened recently. I mean, I don't know if anybody noticed, but Deftones are like selling out arenas now. And when I was a kid, it was like a TLA style show, with 2,000 people. Now they're playing in front of 30,000. So things have like come. It's kind of like Janko Jeans. The Janko Jeans are back now. The metal music, the new metal music's back. And for a long time, people would say, "Man, you guys sound like new metal," but like it kind of hurt us a little bit because new metal wasn't in. But now people are like, "Oh shit, yo, that new metal sound, man, that's what's up. That's what's in right now." So like maybe this signing and the new metal sound all at the same time coming back is like maybe it'll help us,
Yeah, but you guys have.
So I think our main plans is let's write as many of these songs as these bangers as we can and pump them out. Right now.
Yeah, you guys have quite a varied sound as well, which I really like. You can chuck it in the new metal, but it's sad because I was just chatting to Mercedes from Kitty about this. They got lumped into the new metal as well, and you listen to a lot of their stuff after that first album. It kind of went off new metal, and the new album they've dropped is more kind of leaning on towards the melodic death and stuff like that. Was absolutely unreal, but they've just come back as well, and they're about to play Australia with Ginger as well, which is really bloody cool. I think that Sick New World Fest, wasn't it, with Coal Chamber and all of them kind of coming out, kind of really started kicking things off a bit, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, well, I don't know if you guys do you guys like Bring Me the Horizon?
Yeah, I've fucking seen them a few times, man. That was my niece's favorite band, man. We played a track for her when she passed, and that absolutely amazing band, dude.
Yeah, I mean, like I when I was young, I fell in love with them with their their first couple albums that were super metal, but I still love their new stuff, and I know they went like super poppy in some aspects, but if you listen to a lot of their songs, it's like new metal, man. It's heavy, but it's catchy. That's what new metal is. It's like heavy, but with like some singing over top of it,
That comes back to where we were talking about the pop, Ryan, where you have that pop sensibility and those catchy hooks you were talking about at the start there, and kind of bringing that into metal as well, and having those hooks as well with your music, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. I like I love the hardcore like sound and the screams, but I like that back and forth. Like heavy, hit me with some hard, and then I want to hear those catchy hooks that I'm going to remember, like Memphis Mayfire, for example. Their latest album is like a massive success, and like in my opinion, it's amazing music. It's just like every song's almost like perfect. Like it's just the perfect blend of super hard and then catchy. So
we just had Maddie on the other week, man. Maddie Mullins.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
No, you did.
Yeah.
I gotta watch that interview.
Yeah.
Dude, I love Memphis, man.
Yeah, unreal bloody band. They're about to hit Australia as well, dude, with a Atreyu, I believe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, unreal, man. It's good to see all these bands still rocking bloody hard, guys. Look, I could go all morning chatting news about Everlit, your music and everything else. Might sign out there. Do you have any last words, shout outs, thank yous, or anything else you'd like to add in there?
Yeah, man. It's, thanks to everybody who's listening to our music. We got a lot coming. We're excited about the direction that we're going. And reach out on X or Instagram and say what's up.
Yeah, and also thanks just for having us on here, because John and Jim, we really appreciate your time as well. I mean, everybody's got to give up the time to do this stuff, and it means a lot that you would take this time to just have us here and help us get out there. It means a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a great time chatting with you guys.
Cheers, it was fun.
Always an absolute pleasure to support Everlit and the music scene, mate. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into another edition of the Bloody Legends. Everybody go out, grab some Everlit, chuck it in the stereos, crank it up really bloody loud, because the neighbours are going to want to hear it too. Cheers, guys.
All right, dude.
Oi, you're tuned in to Jai That Aussie Metal Guy, so make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of his sick content. And remember, stay brutal, you legend.